A Jamaican, a Caribbean lady in the UK is facing serious trouble. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from today. I remain your one and only Francis. On this channel, we share content about the daily experiences of immigrants so that learning lessons can be learned. Today's story is quite interesting. I want to know what your views are. This lady came from the Caribbean to the UK in 2000. She initially arrived in the UK on a 6-month visa. She had her 2 children in the Caribbean when she arrived in the UK. She extended her 6-month stay in the UK to another 6 months. While she was in the UK, she was struggling to get by in the UK, according to this lady. She was advised by some friends who told her that she can buy someone else's passport and use the person's identity to live and work in the UK and access services. This lady is now saying that she made a mistake. I want to know what your views are. When the lady she initially obtained a British passport. The person that gave her the British passport told her that the passport belongs to somebody who was deceased at that time. The lady got the passport. She said her life changed the moment she put her hand on the British passport. A few years later, the lady went to the university to study nursing. She moved from Manchester, where she was living at that time, to Leicester. She went to study nursing, and with the new identity, she changed her name completely to this new name. She invited her 2 children then to join her from the Caribbean in the UK. Whilst the 2 children were with her in the UK, she eventually had another child in the UK. All these ladies' children, they are in their 30s now. With the new identity, she went to study nursing at the University of Mont in Leicester. She graduated. She started working for the NHS. She said during that time, this lady has been working very, very hard with a new identity to build a name for herself in the UK. Even her own children were calling her the new name that she gave herself. This is the name on the British passport that she bought. She said one day she went to drop her children in school. As she was coming back, she met 2 cars parked outside her house. Meanwhile, this lady has bought a house for herself. She has a house for herself, and she was working as a nurse with the National Health Service in the UK. Let me know what your views are. Do you think this lady made a mistake? Do you think that this lady, what she did, do you have any empathy for this lady? The people that were in her house introduced themselves as police officers. They told her that they asked her whether she was the name that they were looking for. She said, yes, she is. They told her that, how did she get this name? The lady initially tried to make up excuse, but she said she later realized when the officers invited her to police station that this is something very, very serious. When she got to the police station, she raised her hands and said, you know what? I made a mistake. Yes, the identity is not my true identity. I have been using this identity for a while. The lady was taken to court and she was found guilty for using someone else's identity. Meanwhile, the children one of the children was in the Army Cadet. The children are fully integrated in the UK. The child that she gave birth to in the UK, on the name on the birth certificate, is not the mother's true name. It's the name on the passport that the mother purchased. As I said before, the lady said all her friends, they were calling her the name on this passport. The lady was given 2 years suspended sentence. She was about to be deported to the Caribbean, where she came from. Meanwhile, this lady has been working in the UK. She has been paying taxes. She did not commit any crime. This lady, as I'm speaking to you now, the Home Office is now saying to her, initially said to her, that she doesn't have any right to remain in the UK because she has been living in the UK under false pretense. The lady had to get lawyers to battle her case, to defend her in court. And after the Home Office making several attempts to deport this lady, at the last minute, they now said to her that she can live in the UK because she now has a child who was born in the UK, who has lived in the UK more than 10 years. Now, for those who do not know, when you are living in the UK without having a status, if you give birth to a child in the UK, even if you don't have status, as long as the child has lived continuously in the UK for more than 7 to 10 years, you can use that child. That child qualifies for British citizenship, even though the parents, they don't have status. So in the case of this lady, because her child, the last born, had lived in the UK for more than 10 years at that time, the Home Office felt that this child is British by birth. It will be illegal for them to deport a British child with the mom, who at that time, according to the Home Office rule, she wasn't meant to be in the UK. So on that ground, they decide to leave the woman to stay in the UK, but they told her that she will now start applying. Now, when you use your child to apply for your status, it will take you 10 years to get your settled status. So the Home Office will be giving you 2.5 years stay. Every 2.5 years you renew. And this lady said it was costing her close to £12,000 to renew her paper. This lady said what the Home Office did by not just her, by charging immigrants who are renewing their papers in the UK 2,500. She said it is crazy that the amount that they are telling her to pay. Meanwhile, while all this were going on, the Nursing Council revoked her license. The Nursing Council said the license that she got was given to her under false name, and therefore that license was revoked. The lady's mortgage, the mortgage that she had, she lost the mortgage. At that time, this lady had worked for the National Health Service for more than 5 years as a nurse. She lost her home because she couldn't pay for the home, and she couldn't work as a nurse as well. Now, this lady's case is quite interesting. Before we continue, I want to know, meanwhile, this lady did not commit any crime. She did not commit any crime with a new identity. The only crime she committed was buying someone else's identity. The police now told her whether she realized that there is someone else who was living in Manchester at that time with that name. That the passport that somebody sold to her, she said it was a friend of a friend that sold the passport to her. She later found out from the police that the person that owns the passport was alive, well, in Manchester. Drop your comment in the comment section. Do you think that what this lady did, do you see any sympathy for her? Do you think that this lady, what she did is absolutely wrong, that you do not think that there is any justification to feel any sense of sympathy for this lady? As I said before, this lady said throughout her time, she was working, contributing, and she did not commit any crime. Her children are now in their 30s. Let me know what your views are. Now, this lady, she now needs £12,500 to apply for indefinite leave to remain, because she now has indefinite leave to remain in the UK, but she needs £11,500 to reapply for her status. Now, she has set up GoFundMe campaign where some people have been sympathetic to her. They have been donating money to her. This lady's action divides opinion. Some people think that she broke the law and therefore she has no right to stay in the country or ask for sympathy, that saying that the passport, she made a mistake, is wrong. While there are those that think that this lady's experience is a reflection of what immigrant goes through in the quest to have a better life. Remember, whilst what the lady did is criminal by buying someone else's passport, she was working and paying taxes. She went to school and she was working for the NHS, 5 years service to the NHS, which could have saved the NHS money if they had used agency. Let me know what your views are. Do part of you think that she just wants to have a better life like everyone, or it is criminal, therefore she doesn't deserve any sympathy? On this channel, we do not prejudge anyone. We are here to inform and educate our audience. What this lady did, we are not going to take any side. So let us know what your views are. For those who may have sympathy for this lady, you can contribute to the GoFundMe, which is in the description section. There is a link there if you want to contribute to this lady's campaign to raise money for her. You can contribute money by clicking on the GoFundMe. You will be able to contribute. If you're saying that what she did is absolutely wrong, as I can see, Lisa Harvey, Shola, Cheryl, and a few other people are saying that she committed crime. Like I said before, the lady wasn't deported. Her children are not in the UK. And the last born is a British citizen by birth. Do you know anyone who is going through similar experiences? Do you think that they deserve sympathy or they should be deported straight out of the UK? Leave your comment in the comment section. This lady, as I said before, she is still in the UK right now. She has spent £40,000 to stay in the UK. And she said she has lost everything because her papers was revoked. She couldn't claim any benefit because she was considered to be having no recourse to public fund because of her circumstances. Leave your comment in the comment section. Your comment is very, very important. As I said before, this lady put in 5 years to the NHS and she did not commit any crime after she obtained the passport illegally. So your views are very important. This lady, She is originally from Jamaica, and her children are now in the UK. They are in their 30s. Let us know what your views are. If you have any stories that you want to share with the Lunch Club, you can WhatsApp us on our contact, which is displayed in my background. Our goal is to inform and educate our community. If you have seen any value in today's content, please kindly share the content with anyone that you know will benefit. Share this content. Leave your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a like. This woman's story is something that I'm sure there are lessons that can be learned here. Crime, they say it doesn't pay, but some people argue that there are certain circumstances that can push people to take certain drastic action that they would normally have taken if everything was okay. So don't forget to share this content. Leave your comment in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. We are here to inform and educate our audience. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'll see you soon.